Is scripting a part of psychic ability? Is scripting a psychic power? Yes, I'll talk about this. Hey guys, welcome. I'm Parshvika. On this channel, we talk a lot about magic stuff, supernatural stuff, tarot card, everything about the magic, spirituality, and manifestation. In today's video, I want to talk about the scripting technique. Is scripting is the psychic power or is it manifestation power? I'll talk. Before that, give this video a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more such videos. Yes, scripting is also the manifestation technique. It's also a psychic ability. It's a psychic power. Yes, scripting is a technique, and so many ways in which you can do that. But I feel like personally I've done it sometimes in my life, not always. I'm not that person who script, but sometimes I do write, I do general it down. And if I talk from the scripting from the manifestation point of view, is you scripting intentionally, you're writing down the things that you want intentionally in the present tense, like I am in a relationship with my man, or I am happy, or I'm loved, I'm worthy, I'm successful, I'm this and that. So you write in the present tense if you're looking from the manifestation point of view, and it's very intentional. But if you look at it from the psychic ability point of view, you just take a piece of paper and journal or a pen, and then you start writing. You channel the message from the universe and you start writing. You don't think in between what you're writing. No, you just take your pen, start writing until you stops when it's done. And then you come back to your human state and you look what you have written down. Yes, when you're actually channeling the masses from the universe, you're just going with the flow. What the universe is telling you in that moment, you're just writing down. You're not looking at the mistakes, your spelling mistakes, your grammatical mistakes, or what you're writing. You're not judging, criticizing. Nothing is going on. You're just writing. You're just going with the flow and writing whatever is coming, whatever you're channeling from the universe. And that people can develop this ability or they can have it naturally. I can tell you, anybody can practice or can have any kind of psychic ability that they want to be. Of course, the things that you're good at it, you're going to be naturally drawn towards that, and you would be better than that than the rest of the crowd. But you can also develop the ability that you're not naturally good at, and you can also be good in that. It all depends on you. The power is in your hands. The power is within you. Nothing external has the power unless you give them the power. So yes, scripting is a manifestation technique as well, and scripting is also the psychic ability or psychic power as well. I personally did the scripting both as manifestation as well and as a psychic power as well, but it's not my piece of cake. I don't do that much. I only do it when I feel like my head is chalked up. I have so much information here and I want to just note it down so I can see it onto the piece of paper, because when I write it down, I can see them and I can feel it. That's what I do. So when I have so much going around in my head, I just dump everything down without thinking anything, without visualizing, without judging, criticizing, nothing. Just take a piece of paper, writing. And then when I finish writing, I come back to me and I read what I've written down. And that's what the people do in the scripting technique for manifestation. It's different. Basically, it's the scripting technique for the psychic ability. Now, how to develop that? The first thing foremost, you need to keep a track of your ability. You need to be aware that you have this power, and everybody has the power, but you may be good at it if you naturally have it. Look at when you're writing something, or you can take a look at the general that you have wrote down maybe 2 years, 3 years from now about your life or about somebody else's life, whatever the case is, and look at if it happened or not. Or did you find some clarity or not? Look at that. You can actually connect the dots when you look back. You can only connect the dots in the past. You can't connect the dots looking in the future. So if you have done any kind of scripting or any kind of generaling before this, you can go back to the old general and take a look at that and see if those things happen. They need not to happen at the exact time, date, or whatever, but it can happen, it cannot happen. So look at that possibility. If it happened, or it give you some signs, or it give you some clarity, or help you answer your questions, then yes, you're doing this subconsciously. And even if you're not doing it, you can start it right now. But this is just like creating awareness to know whether you were doing it before or not. Just like first thing is you need to be aware of that, because all these psychic abilities, psychic power comes with the awareness. You gotta have awareness. You gotta be observing your thoughts, observing what's going inside of you, instead of actually you participating in all of those things. I hope it makes sense. So that's the first thing, is being aware. The second thing is that whenever you have an important message from the universe, or whenever you have something, a download information, take a piece of paper, start writing. You can start the scripting psychic ability today itself. You don't need any you don't need any course or any analogy or any learning method. No, you can do it right now. You feel like you have something to talk or something to say, take a piece of paper, note it down. And don't stop unless you finish everything that you want to write it down. Don't judge, don't criticize yourself, don't look at what you're writing. Just go with the flow and just keep on writing. And once you've finished, come back to yourself, take a few breaths, and look at what you've written down. And then you can connect the dots. It's all about doing it more. The more you practice it, the better you get it. All these psychic abilities like that, the more you practice, the better you get it. And sometimes these psychic abilities are kind of like a mix with each other. Like you feel like you're writing down, but then you get the download of the information from the universe. It was the claircognizance. You get the download from the information, and then you wrote it down and converted the claircognizance psychic power into the scripting power or something like that. But then I feel like it's very hard for us to separate all these psychic abilities because they are all interconnected with each other. So if you want to develop specifically this kind of ability, then you have to write it down. Whenever you get something download from the information from the universe, just write it down. Write it down, and then once you finish, and go back to yourself and read that, and maybe you find clarity, and then you can keep that general as a record. And whenever you want to look back, you can look back to the record for the proof for you that you're developing your psychic ability, for the proof of you that the things you wrote down, it's actually happened, or it's happening, or you get some clarity or answers, whatever. That thing you could do. You could also do this technique or this method with other people who are also have the similar interest and hobbies. You can two write together and journal it together, and then you can share if you feel comfortable with that, and then you can see how it goes. Like, these are some ways you can develop this technique. Personally, I feel like I just go with the flow. I don't have any rules, and I never talk about the rules. I just say what I feel and what I have experienced so far, or what I have knowledge. And everybody method is different, everybody do these things differently. So maybe it's resonating, may not be. Let me know, share your experience. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you the next time. Bye guys.